And so, good morning again. It is currently 7:20 a.m. here in the Philadelphia, Philly. I'm about to finish up, or at least begin finishing up this character set. Got three faces right here. We're looking at, if you follow my cursor, Joy, just getting quick sketches, big belly laugh, neutral, and rage. So I do have a few more facial designs. I wanted to make sure I got a quick look at his skin tone. So yeah, there's still, nothing inside of his mouth except for the blackness of down his throat, tongue and teeth. So nothing to worry about that. Now, let's jump back on this. Finishing up Moshe. One second, I want to turn on my lines so I can see exactly where I'm stopping. Haven't done that in a minute. So show manga guidelines. If you haven't actually noticed, we're working with Metabang Paint Pro. It's a free software comparable to Clip Paint Studio. One of the things I know it doesn't have, the Clip Paint does have, is the ability to import 3D models. Completely missing from my personal situation, but we can work with it. That's what everything else is for. All right, here we go. So, within this tale, Moshe is of a different, what I'll say, species, so to speak. He comes from a species of people called judges. Their bodies are a little more elongated. They're not judges in the full right. We actually call them Mavi, an older race, probably one of the oldest on this in this world I'm creating. So right now I'm just getting his basic body type. Part of it is that he has a little wider back. It looks a lot more comic, to be honest. So let me get this back in. I'm just working on his basic body shape, and then I'll put clothing on top of it. So right now we want to get these extra hips out, and yeah, he already looks like he's taking a walk. So these are just body shapes, nothing major, just making sure I got everything where I need it. When coming up with the people, I was thinking something that has a little, honestly, I'll say fishiness to them. So I was kind of thinking, body types that are more wider, kind of thinking, what was that? Oh, hammerhead sharks and how their heads are shaped, and wondering if that actually fits within a body type. So we're still playing around, just getting the shape language. I haven't even put any clothing on them yet. Just want to make sure I know where everything starts and ends. So ab set 1, 2, and third. Truth is, they actually come up onto the ribs, so sometimes you'll see abs up here, but that's not necessarily everyone. So now, from here, I'm just working things in, getting down to the thigh portion. And once I'm done this, I'm going to do a whole nother layer that has the clothing on top of it. Now, strong or not, I want him to have a more wiry appearance. Very not what you would expect for someone who may have a good bit of strength or power. Very slender, so these arms are far too big already. I'm going to have musculature, but I'm not even thinking, not thinking basic. Alright, so we have that there. It's not a lot of detail. Now, let's get this basic facial structure in. So, nothing huge. Eye line, nose, mouth, and I'm going to set his ears about here. Now, if you were looking at the last video, you'd know I was looking for pin back ears, which means you won't see all of the lobe. Head is a little small. It's all good. And bringing in the traps. Alright, now, yeah, I do have this thing where I like to lay everything out in the manner where I see where some of it is. I'm not going excruciatingly ham, but it'll help me to lay where the fabric goes. I don't know about these lats. We got the rib cage here, but let's bring the lats in a little more, make it a lot sharper. And then I'll move these things off so that way we can see there's almost like a lack of oblique. We're putting them in, but there's not a lot. If you've ever played Legacy of Kain, it's almost like Raziel's body. Alright, so we got our obliques in here, right? All that'll feed in properly. And we've got our head, which I'm going to be bringing this one here and using that, of course, putting a little more detail in it. I don't like this pose though. Now with his ability to cause decay by fast forwarding time around a specific object, increasing its age exponentially. I want some of that to show in his physique. And I'd also like, well, not in his physique, I mean in his pose. And it's going to be difficult for me to blend that look of menace and joy. Kind of like, he's not a grouchy guy. He's got beef, but he's not grouchy. So I got to make sure that that's in the pose. This one looks very, just as it's situated. How could I put this? He's got that meh, that Now this, alright, I'm not going to linger too long on these, but I am going to thin out the forearms. I don't want a whole bulging Popeye forearm, so. And arms may be a little bit longer. Alright, so I'm thinking this is a good start. I will be straightening some things out. Except these legs. Like I said, wiry, and because of the size of the back, he doesn't look as wiry as I'd like, so thin out those legs a bit. Just so we can get a better look at the actual size. I don't want to jump into detailing and then find myself having no idea what I actually wanted. Which is why this goes this way. Okay, so that looks a little better. Next step is to shrink him down some. Oops, that was the pen hitting the mic. Alright, here we go. Alright, bring that back down. Screen in position. Okay. So I get the whole leg. Bring this down some. Alright, there we go. So yeah, that's obviously overly typed with that extra large O for the body type here. I'm gonna take a second, look over it, see how I want to change the pose. Like I said, it has something to do with the pose, and see where I can put that in. New character, new attitude, so you know what? Not gonna hold his hand up. I'm not even gonna worry about that. Let's just get popping, because that could be something that'll take me forever. All right, lighten that up some. Back over here. And I'm gonna throw clothing type on top of them. Then I'll come back and jump in. So, alright, turn this brush down a little bit. Alright, so I wanted him to have something that looks like a sweater or a shawl, but it feels like a wrap. Makes his body look fuller than it is. And contains some other more relic style design, old school. So we'll figure out where that goes from there. Still just working out the basics, so not a whole lot of detail, just knowing where everything is and giving a little bit of shape to it. And I'll go over making this thing look better later. That's just how it goes, then later. Yeah. Alright, so we've got that sitting. I'm trying not to actually do more shoulder work as much as I'd like to. Shoes now, so Alright, well that's covering where the pie. Yo, tripping. Entire screen flipped over on me. Not what I was looking for. Anyway, not everything works perfectly, y'all. So I think I have this little tied, and then down at the, ripped. Now down at the bottom, I am actually going to put a little grommet here. Just suggest that there was something else. So we're going to put that grommet there. One grommet. There's two of these. One hangs down the front, one hangs down at the back. Regular slacks. So just putting creases in here because the bro pants keep a crease. This is what it is. Alright, now, even though this is wrapped like this, you know what? Yeah, let's give it a zipper. Just because, it would be a cool look to have a jacket like this with a zipper on it. It looks like something that you pull over, but no. I'm just going to zip this jaw. Boom. There's that. Well, other than that, it's a pretty simple top. I'm thinking sackcloth or, burlap. As I said last time, he's got as I said earlier, he's got a gripe, and his primary introduction will be protesting. Things will go differently from there, but for now, that's kind of where it lay at. Shoes. Now, we're pretty futuristic, so I'm trying to figure out but I'm going to do some simple shoes. He's an old school guy. So in a digital world, he would be the most analog person. Or at least that's what he'll appear to be, is the most analog person. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to go with some basic, almost church shoe-like situation. I am not the best person to be drawing shoes and feet, but it's getting done. Alright, so we got that. Slim that out some so it comes in properly. Let me slide back. I think we're about complete here because I'm not doing a whole lot with him. Like I said, simple burlap. Stylish but huge shroud. Alright, I'm just gonna zoom back and take a look at what I got pencil wise. Okay. Back here because I'm gonna put the face in on this situation before I decide to go over it. Honestly, y'all, I didn't start my alarm. I have no idea how long I've been cracking at this. But whatever. I think I'm gonna give this like another 30 minutes before no, not 30, because I've been doing this for about 17. Just going off the top of my head. It started at, no, 7:20. Whatever. 14 minutes. Okay. Now, let's start with getting shadows in and basic shapes for this nose. Generic lips. Chin. Now just bringing in, oh, wrong layer. Never mind. Don't matter. So I'm counting this at 14 minutes. Y'all got me for another 20. then we out. Okay, so. That was a little too shallow. Mm-mm. Generic shapes right now, because I really just want this layout done. Alright, eyebrows in, ears basic, and just getting my hairline in right now so that I know where I'm going once I switch over. Alright, that's kind of where I want that. Now, eyes. Eyes forward, sir. Eyes forward. Mm-hmm. Alright, jawline a little more pronounced. And that produces a much older face. Alright, zoom back. Alright, so now I just gotta put all the bells and whistles on, get a comprehensive situation. And so that should not say 110, that should say 3. Mm-mm. Back. Being lazy. There we go. Now, I'm gonna start here. Terrible. I'm really just trying to work this out with one pen size. A little bit of a challenge, a lot of bit of fun. It also helps me to stay reminded to what I'll call traditional roots. And I mean, back in the day when you had one ink pen sitting in school and you're trying to draw and nobody watching you. Mhm. Mhm. Alright. Yeah, I'm not happy with the chin being off kilter a little bit, but I'm not going to stop. So, alright, good there. And jawline. I gotta pull this out, see what I'm looking at on the head. Okay, see, yeah. That, I don't even know what that is. Okay, that's what that is. Alright. Wrong layer. If there aren't enough memes for wrong layer in the world, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, eyes looking sort of fancy. Make things easier on me. Flip it. Ooh, no. That's how I know I messed up and I'm not going back to change it. I just don't want y'all to see that. That flip is horrible. It is what it is. Like I said, I can't go back changing everything. That had me working on this all day. And Broham got to work today, so can't do that. A little better now. Oh, that zoom in is not my friend right now. Oh well. Need to grab a fresh artist glove because I can feel my hand sticking to the screen and it is not helpful. hmm Just putting in a little bit of texture. It'll look a lot better from a distance, which is the point of this type of texture. Just to suggest that there is actual weaving in it. Yeah. Drawing with the shoulder. It's old school stuff. Okay, just looking for the spot that it's not connected. Alright, so there we go. Little fabric, or a little texture, I mean, around where we have some changes in shape. And a little bit of frustration when my screen does things I don't want it to do. Alright, I think that's pretty cool right there. Now we're going to start with the side of this jacket. Another little grommet, and not. Alright, y'all, heads up, I got 5 minutes left on this recording, and then it's off to get a few more things taken care of, and we'll jump back on this another time. I know I said I didn't want this to take till Friday, but I hate that. Redo this whole situation again because it's coming out terrible. Now my other works, I would just focus on one spot. But this isn't the time to do that because I'm working on a whole piece. A whole little setup here. I know, I should put a little more detail in it, but that's going to have to be good enough for right now. Alright, so alright, y'all, I think we're down to our last minute and 10 seconds. And I may actually finish this before tomorrow so I can move on to the next situation. Dislike that. But we shall see. For now, just going to knock out what we got and get the rest of this day going. No point in jumping on anything really major because we're leaving soon. Let me just finish up this zipper portion. Nah, that ain't even necessary. In fact, let's do this. Three, two, and thanks for checking this out. I will see you guys, or at least you'll see something I'm doing tomorrow, roughly around the same time, and possibly earlier. Alright, y'all. Peace.